This is Terry from Terry's Teaching Tidbits, and I'm going to take you through a tutorial of how to use my Unit 1 review for Google Classroom on order of operations and whole numbers. With your product download, you're going to receive a page that says The Resource. The resource has a clickable image, and it will automatically force you to make a copy of the document. To do that, you're going to click Make a Copy, and it will automatically save it into your Google Drive. The file is going to automatically say copy of, so if you want to get rid of that, all you have to do is click on the title in the top left corner and you can just delete copy of. So now this resource is in your Google Drive and you can now access it to send it out to your students in Google Classroom. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to your actual Google Classroom and you're going to hover over the plus sign in the bottom right corner and create an assignment. You can click on the drop-down menu, which will show you all the students in your class, and you can select specific ones if you plan to differentiate. You're going to want to insert a title. You can give specific instructions if you would like. You can create a due date. And you can also select which unit or topic that you've created, or you can leave it without a topic. The next thing that you're going to do is hover over the symbol for Google Drive, and when you open it, it'll show you your recent items first. So here is the file that I just saved, so I'm going to click it, and it defaults for the students to be able to view the file. You're going to want to change that to make a copy for each student. This allows each student to get their very own copy of the assignment so that they can edit it independently. From there, you can decide to either assign it right away, you can schedule it for another time, or if you're not ready right now, you can save it as a draft. I'm going to assign mine right now, and then your students will see this on their classroom stream. Next, I'm going to take you through how to use this resource with your students. Your students are going to receive this entire slide presentation. It's formatted to have a total of 50 points. This is the cover page, and I've inserted text boxes so that you can insert specific values for each of the grades on each slide. And student directions are located in the notes section underneath each slide. So your students will go from slide to slide. They will use the text boxes to type their answers. It has directions down here on how to solve it. It also gives them hints for how to make exponents, for example, for this slide. When your students turn in their assignments at the end, utilize these teacher tools that are on each slide. The way that this works is that each problem has an area for whether or not the answer is correct. What you'll do is you'll look at the final answer. You can refer to the answer key that is included, and if the answer is correct, you just delete the wrong button. And if it is not correct, you delete the correct button. This is just a quick way for you to be able to go back and easily grade the assignment. So let's say they got the first, third, and fourth problems correct and they got one of them wrong, then you can go in and give them a 3 out of 4. Each slide has its own skill and practice problems with specific directions for your students. And when they complete every single one, you can go through, grade each slide one at a time. Some of them have drag and drop features like this one. Some of them have them typing. Some have them filling in answers in which they'll just retype. But each slide contains one of the topics from Unit 1, which is order of operations and whole numbers. So at the end, your students have completed 50 questions and you can give them a grade out of 50. If you want to change the point values, you can change it to however you want it. You can also completely delete this title slide, and if you want to save this file as one slide at a time, you can send it out one slide at a time. You could send out a couple of slides at a time. You could give them the order of operations and expression slides all at once and just give them 3, and then send out multiplication and division in a separate way. You can use it in any way that you want. This is actually a real example of me grading one of my students' assignments with this. As you can see, they got the first 2 questions correct and the remaining ones incorrect, so I delete the X's or the check marks accordingly and can put my score at the top. Same thing for powers of 10 here. You just go through, delete the X or the check mark depending on if they got it right or wrong, and then put the grade at the top, which now has a pre-fillable text box for you. I hope that you found this tutorial helpful and that you and your students really enjoy using this resource with Google.